So we're going to show you how to do ice dyeing. Ice dyeing works the best if you have helpers. And so first of all, you're going to need an ice dyeing kit. We have two in two different colors. It will include everything that you need to do the ice dyeing, except the fabric and the ice. So they're very easy to use, and it's a great fun activity for kids. So you can dye fabric, yardage, or you can dye clothing. So we're gonna dye both. We have some prepared for dyeing fabric. I have already washed it. It's always good to pre-wash the stuff you're going to dye because you don't want it to have any dirt or any stuff that's going to impede the dye on it. And we also have two pieces of clothing that we are going to dye. So it's very important that you use clothing that is 100% plant-based fiber or protein-based fiber. Polyester will not dye. So you need it to be cotton or linen or rayon or viscose. So we are ready to dye. We've got our stuff. However, you do need a few more things. So for ice dyeing, it's a little different than tie-dye. So tie-dye, you tie up your item and then you squirt the dye on it. Ice dyeing, you used powdered dye and you sprinkle it on ice, and the ice distributes the dye. So that's the difference with ice dyeing. So to do that, you need to have a rack, and then you need to have a tray to collect the dye as well. So we have our ice dyeing equipment, and so what we're gonna do is put this on top, and then we're gonna put our fabric on top of here and then put the ice on top of that. Okay, so we're ready to start dyeing. First of all, you will in the package get some powdered dye. You'll get a little scoop, and you will get some elastics. You can use the elastics or not. It depends on what kind of design you want to do. The kit creator has included a handout with some different ways of folding or getting your fabric ready. The fabric does need to be wet. So we have wet everything down, and now we need to put the ice on. And you want to make sure that the fabric is completely covered with ice. If it doesn't have ice on it, it's not going to distribute the dye evenly. So you want to make sure that it's completely covered with ice. Here, Eleanor.
Cover that one really good.
So now we have our things all covered in ice, and we are just going to sprinkle the dye over top. So Eleanor, why don't you start over here with your shirt? You want it to be liberally covered with dye. Any blank spots are going to be white. So if you want more coverage, then you're going to put more dye on. If you want less coverage, less dye. Okay. What colors do you want? We've got blue and we've got green. Why don't you put a bit more blue on yours? Or are you having more than one color? Okay. Okay, so we have put our powdered dye on our ice, and now we just wait. So you want it to be outside. We did it outside because it's really messy. And this nice hot weather is helping. Heat will help the dye react with the fibers and dye more vividly. And so we're just gonna let this sit for 24 hours and then we'll give it a wash. Okay, so we have let our tie-dye creations sit for 24 hours. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take them and you are gonna rinse them really well in cold water. And then you're gonna wash them with soap in your washing machine. Or you can hand wash them as well. So we had some really great results. This is the quilting cotton yardage that we dyed. Eleanor is wearing her new shirt. If you are dyeing ready to wear clothing, the thread will not dye because they always use polyester thread. So, but it still looks great. Eleanor's shirt turned out really well. I did a shirt and I think it turned out really well. This is the rayon. Eleanor's is a cotton knit. And then the linen rayon blend dyed beautifully as well. So we had so much fun doing this, and we hope you do too.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And leave us a comment. We love hearing from you.